Hi everyone, Miss Jean here. Did you enjoy our last mini adventure called The Tea Party? I hope so, because Natasha is still reading her book about the history of the American Revolution. And as she reads, let's listen along with her as she hears the stories in her imagination. And keep in mind as you listen, the events were real. Paul Revere was a real man, but the other characters and the exact words that we hear, well, those came from my imagination. Oh, Natasha has her history book. Let's join her for today's mini adventure called The Midnight Ride.
All right, now where did I leave off? Let's see. The Sons of Liberty threw 342 chests of tea into Boston Harbor. Phew, the British were not happy about that. Arguments and violence erupted. This was a scary time to live in Boston. Massachusetts wasn't allowed to govern itself anymore? Wow. And then they closed the harbor? No ships were allowed to sail in or out of the harbor. Wait, that would mean they couldn't get any shipments of food or cloth or anything. That wouldn't make me very happy. Let's see. What else does it say? The other colonies weren't happy either. Secretly, people from each of the 13 colonies formed the First Continental Congress. The Congress met in Concord, not far from Boston, close enough to ride to by horse.
Mr. Revere, sir, how does this look?
Joseph, call me Paul. Now, let me take a look at it. Can you make the wire a little thinner?
Yes, sir. I'll heat it again. But, sir...
Yes?
What is this thin little wire for?
Oh, well, do you remember Mrs. Klassen with the toothache?
Yes. Oh, I see.
Joseph, Paul, good day.
Ah, Thomas, good day to you.
Thomas, take a look at this wire.
Ah, I see. Gentlemen, the secret is true then?
Lower your voice. Kimball or the others could hear you. They could hear you talk of the Continental Congress.
Oh no, the secret! That you're doing dentistry in a silversmith shop.
Whew. Oh, Thomas, you scared us talking so loudly.
Well, I don't know that it's a secret. Yes, the silversmith business is terrible right now.
All of Boston's businesses are suffering with no ships allowed to come or go from the harbor.
Well, I found a way to make some income.
That little wire there? Will you use it to fix teeth?
Yes, or pull them.
Oh, ouch.
Don't worry. Thomas, this one's for Mrs. Klassen.
What's the news on the street, Thomas? Are our brothers in Concord still safe?
I wish I had a better report, gentlemen. Boston Common is busier today than most days. It is full of the redcoats.
British soldiers in Boston Common? There are always a few.
Today isn't like other days. It's a sea of redcoats. They're organizing. They're planning an attack.
They couldn't possibly know the secret.
Shh.
Thomas, think carefully before you answer me. Do the British know about the secret Continental Congress in Concord?
Yes, Paul, we believe they do.
And what does this mean?
News on the street is that the regular soldiers are organizing to attack Concord in the morning.
Joseph, throw me my hat.
I'm coming with you. We have to warn everyone in Concord.
Let's go.
Going somewhere, gentlemen?
Kimball, what are you doing here?
Shopping for more silver candlesticks.
Well, please do come inside the shop.
Listen here, Revere, and both of you. We know what the likes of you are up to.
Dentistry. Ha! I never imagined old Revere here as a dentist.
Stop the jibber-jabber. I don't care if you pull every tooth in Boston, Revere. You think news doesn't travel from Concord? We know, and we will put a stop to it. Cat finally got your tongue, did it? My regulars are on every street in this city. You can't make a move without me hearing about it.
We're not going to let Kemble stop us. We can't.
Watch until he turns the corner. Then we'll...
Stop! Gentlemen, stop! Kimball's right.
He's right?
They're going to attack Concord in the morning. We have to warn them.
I know. Now listen. Kimball's right. His soldiers, the regulars, they're everywhere. We'll never make it to Concord today.
What will we do?
At midnight, when it's too dark to see a soul, I'll ride to Concord.
At midnight? That could work.
I will protect the shop, sir.
Good. Now, here's what I'll do.
On April 18, 1775, Paul Revere, William Dawes, and Dr. Samuel Prescott rode into Concord in the middle of the night. Revere warned everyone he saw.
The regulars are coming out! The regulars are coming! The regulars are coming out! The regulars are coming!
The people in Concord heard Paul Revere's warning that the British regular soldiers were on their way. They got ready to protect themselves. The next morning, the soldiers arrived, but the colonists were ready to defend themselves.
What's going on here? These colonists were waiting for us. How did they know? Oh, Revere.
The colonists weren't immediately victorious. The battle that followed was just the beginning of the American Revolution. But they didn't give up.
Who's there?
Joseph, it's only me.
Oh, sir, you look exhausted. Come, sit.
I rode all night. Then I took the long way home. I saw them.
You saw who, sir?
The redcoats. The regulars were marching into Concord.
Were you able to warn the people?
With God as my witness, I warned everyone I could. Dawes and Prescott did the same.
Then, sir, you did your duty.
I pray so, Joseph. It isn't safe for me to stay in Boston. I must leave at once.
I'll take care of the shop.
Thank you, Joseph. You're a good man. We must do all we can for the good of the colonies. It won't be an easy fight.
God will go with us through it all.
I pray you are right, Joseph. I pray you are right.
Paul Revere's midnight ride undoubtedly saved many lives. Director Doug, did you grow up learning this story a different way?
You know, I did. I thought that Paul Revere called out, "The British are coming, the British are coming," as he rode into Concord.
You know, I've heard that before too. But what he really said was, the regulars are coming out.
The people knew he meant the British soldiers, and whatever he said, he saved many lives.
That's right, he did. And you know, his brave story reminds me to have hope in difficult times. We know how this story ends. The colonists won the American Revolution, but the colonists didn't know that they could win against the powerful British Army.
No, but they didn't give up.
They didn't. And right now, some of our listeners might feel like they're in the middle of a tough battle, and they don't know if they'll win or not either.
Well, don't give up. You can't see the ending right now, but God is on your side.
You know, I'm glad that we got to visit Boston and to learn more about this history.
Me too. And we made another video. Visit us online to watch it. You'll find it right on our homepage at discoverymountain.com. Just scroll down to the Director Doug area of the page, and we'll see you here again next time.
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to a mini adventure in Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Visit us at discoverymountain.com and connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The Midnight Ride was written by Jean Boonstra and features Tim Clegg as Paul Revere, Tom Martin as Thomas, Steve Phillips as Joseph, and Grant Velbus as Kemble.